So you've probably heard by now that there's been some controversy when it comes to one of the movie posters for the smash hit movie musical Wicked. And here at Paper and Light, we're all about those movie posters, so let's get into it.
Must be a pretty hot and steamy show. What's it called?
Wicked.
Oh, Wicked.
Wicked is a musical first performed in 2003, with music and lyrics by Stephen Schwartz and a book by Winnie Holzman. The musical was a massive success and originally starred Kristen Chenoweth as Galinda and Idina Menzel as Elphaba, who would later voice Elsa in the hit Disney film Frozen and famously sang Let It Go, much to John Travolta's confusion. Wicked, the musical, is loosely based on the 1995 novel Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West by author Gregory Maguire, which in turn is based on the original Wizard of Oz novels by L. Frank Baum. The cover for the novel features artwork by Douglas Smith of the witch Elphaba with her face partially obscured by her large hat. The artwork used for the musical adaptation has similar visuals, with Elphaba's face being mostly obscured save for an enticing smirk as she's whispered to by Galinda. This illustrated playbill became an iconic image, gracing billboards and major print ads as the musical grew in popularity. Without ever hearing a single note of this musical, I saw this image several times. It's very striking and memorable. Fast forward over 20 years to today, and the release of the new film adaptation of the musical, directed by Jon M and starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. So if you're keeping track at home, this is a new film that's an adaptation of a musical, which is an adaptation of a book, which was based on an earlier series of books that spawned their own very famous film adaptations that led to musicals that were also adapted into films.
That Stephen Schwartz is a genius!
Universal Pictures, the production company responsible for the current adaptation, released several movie posters in advance of the film's release. One poster in particular, created by design firm Lindemann and Associates, clearly pays homage to the original musical's playbill. A Twitter user with the handle @MIDSOMMAR, one letter off Ari Aster's film MIDSOMMAR, decided to alter this poster to better match the original illustrated artwork. Elphaba's face is obscured, her lips are red, and that smirk is much more evident. MIDSOMMAR posted their work to Twitter, and this is when things got a little dramatic. Cynthia Erivo, who plays Elphaba in the new film and appeared on the original poster, did not appreciate this fan-made artwork. She took to Instagram and created a story using the fan-made poster as a background and stated the following. "This is the wildest, most offensive thing I have seen, equal to that awful AI of us fighting." So just to note, what she's referring to here is a bizarre AI-generated video that was also posted to Twitter by a different user. A blurry, blended mess of flailing limbs and faces. It's f***ing weird. Equal to people posing the question, is your blank green? Okay, so that actually stems from 2014 when someone defaced a poster for the original musical with the question, is your green? That became a meme back in 2014, and the meme was kind of resurrected, as can sometimes happen. None of this is funny, none of it is cute. It degrades me. It degrades us. The original poster is an illustration. I'm a real-life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer, because without words, we communicate with our eyes. Our poster is an homage, not an imitation. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me, and that is just deeply hurtful. So Erivo posted this response along with a photo of the original poster as a sort of palette cleanser, and a massive online debate began. Some firmly thought the edited poster was offensive and a clear example of racism, while others thought it was a harmless fan edit made out of love for the original musical. Was Erivo's response completely justified or completely over the top? Well, there have been some clear-cut examples of racism when it comes to movie posters. It's sadly been very common for actors of color to be reduced or sometimes excluded altogether from the international movie posters for their films. Some recent extreme examples of this would be 12 Years a Slave and Black Panther. But was that the goal of this fan-edited poster? Twitter user MIDSOMMAR deleted their original post, but later reposted it with the following explanation. Okay, so I've decided to repost this. The last few days have been wild. and have helped me realize that the initial reaction was largely overblown. This is, and always was, an innocent fan edit to pay homage to the original Broadway poster, and there's nothing wrong with that. Also, I will say that Cynthia is valid in having her feelings on the matter, and I'm also valid in wanting to keep my version of the poster up, as I truly meant no harm with it and just made it as a way to show love for the original. Both can be true. So one thing I want to point out is fan-edited and fan-created posters have been around forever, and they're typically a way for an artist to affectionately interact with a film. A great example of this is the 2011 Ryan Gosling film Drive. The main US one sheet was fine, but didn't particularly encapsulate the vibe of that movie. And in response to that, a torrent of alt posters were released, some of them being absolutely elevated works of art. These were love letters from fans of this film. So fast forward a little bit, and Cynthia Erivo was hosting an award show, and Entertainment Tonight was there to ask her a couple of questions about Wicked and the fan-edited poster.
You are a badass clapback queen. I love it because you spoke out about that AI poster.
It wasn't necessarily a clapback.
Well, it was just speaking out, and I loved it. And you got so much support for that. What did it mean? Why was it important to speak out, and what did the support mean?
Because I think I'm really protective of the role, and just as I'm passionate about it, and I know that the fans are passionate about it. And I think for me, it was just like a human moment of like wanting to protect the little alphabet, and that's like a human moment. I probably should have called my friends, but
your point made so much sense. That was a cartoon animation. This is a real person. I loved it.
Okay, if I take issue with anything here, it's with this Entertainment Tonight journalist.
I love it because you spoke out about that AI poster.
So first of all, this is not an AI-generated poster. It's just photoshopped, and well done at that, I would say.
That was a cartoon animation. This is a real person. I loved it.
By cartoon animations, do you mean the illustrated playbill? That's not a cartoon or an animation, it's an illustration. I don't want to be splitting hairs here, but this is not a cartoon.
I love it, and I loved it. I loved it.
And you loved all of this? You loved what? That this actress was offended and deeply hurt? You loved that she got angry on social media? Did you just love seeing someone upset? What is there to love in this? I think if we listen to the responses of both people involved, it really sounds like the fan-edited poster was made out of love and good intentions. And Cynthia Erivo initially found it offensive, and now wishes maybe she had discussed her feelings with some close friends.
I probably should have called my friends.
Rather than putting them immediately online. Always a good idea. Good art makes you feel, and this poster, to be honest, doesn't really make me feel much of anything. It looks very composited. It seems likely that the actors were not in the same room together, and the lighting is largely unmotivated. It's coming from everywhere. There are gradient shadows everywhere to try to make it all blend, but I wouldn't say it's successful. And with all the talk of Cynthia Erivo's eyes, I'm not entirely sure what they're meant to convey here. She has a slight smirk, but the overall impression I get is banality, as though she's listening to the whispering in her ear and is simply thinking, okay. What does make me feel something is this, so I completely understand the desire to try to match that energy.
Wicked.
So what do you think of this poster, and what did you think of the fan-edited version? Let me know down in the comments. And while you're down there, consider liking this video and subbing to the channel for more movie poster content in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something about movie posters, and I can't wait to show you more.
Wicked. I've never seen the musical Wicked. I don't know any of the songs from Wicked, but I imagine they contain the word wicked.
Wicked, wicked, wicked. Oh, wicked.